You've built the habit of saving over an entire career, so when someone tells you it's time to start spending, it feels off, like it's going against the grain of everything you've done for 40 years. Hi, I'm Philip Smith, financial planner with Tidepool Wealth Strategies, helping people who are about to retire step into retirement with clarity, confidence, and tax-efficient income that's meant to last. Welcome to
The Perfect Retirement Plan.
If you're about to retire, recently retired, or just trying to figure out how to retire when you want to, you've probably done the math. You know what's saved, what's invested, and roughly what you'll need to live on. But here's what most people don't expect. When that steady paycheck stops, it's not just a financial shift, it's an emotional shift. You've been earning, saving, and deferring gratification for decades. Then suddenly, the script flips. You go from saving for tomorrow to spending what you've built. That change can feel like driving downhill in neutral the first time you do it. So here's what we're diving into today. First, why this transition feels so strange. Then we'll look at what happens in your head when you go from earning to withdrawing. We'll talk about how couples can approach this change together, practical ways to practice while you're still working, and how to design a system that makes your retirement income feel reliable, even if the paycheck is coming from you. For decades, your paycheck was more than income, it was security. Every 2 weeks, a direct deposit confirmed that your time, effort, and skill had tangible value. It reinforced identity. It built rhythm. When that stops, even with millions saved, people sometimes feel lost. It's not about the numbers, it's about control. You go from earning money to using or spending that money. And that can feel like breaking a lifelong rule. And it's not just emotional, it's physiological. I almost said psychological. This is physiological. Studies in behavioral finance show that retirees experience a mild stress response when drawing from their savings, even when they have more than enough. The brain processes it as loss. Spending feels like depletion. That's why so many people delay withdrawals or live more frugally than they need to. The fear of running out can override the logic of a well-thought plan. And let's be honest, most of us were raised with at least some sense of fiscal discipline. Work hard, spend less than you earn, save, don't touch that savings, let it grow, buy and hold, don't check the balance too often, increase contributions when you get a raise, pay your debts off, so on. Those lessons are useful while building wealth, but a lot of those disciplines don't apply in the same way once you're retired. The habits that got you here can make it hard to actually enjoy the fruits of your labor. You see, your brain has wired saving as success and spending as failure. Even retirees who have planned well, diversified, and stress tested their portfolios can hesitate to draw income. It's not greed, it's programming. The shift requires rewiring that psychological reward system so that withdrawals feel like income, not losses. Now let's talk about another part of this transition that doesn't get enough airtime: how couples handle it differently. It's common for one partner to be the saver and the other to be more comfortable spending. In retirement, those roles can create tension. One spouse might see withdrawals as a loss of security, while the other sees them as finally enjoying the rewards of all that saving. That's why communication is key. Talk openly about what feels safe versus enjoyable. Agree on boundaries, but also on freedom. Some couples set a fun money account, equal amounts for each spouse to spend however they want without guilt or debate. Others schedule regular financial check-ins, not to nitpick every transaction, but to celebrate progress and realign on priorities. The goal isn't to agree on every dollar. It's to stay connected about what the money is for. When you both see spending as fulfilling your shared goals rather than depleting savings, it becomes a lot less stressful. Everyone copes differently. Some people create artificial paychecks by setting up systematic withdrawals every month, and it recreates that rhythm they're used to. Others earmark certain accounts for specific goals: travel, grandkids, giving. That helps them compartmentalize spending so it doesn't feel reckless. Then there are those who keep working part-time or consulting, not because they need the money, but because earning, even a small amount, smooths the psychological and therefore the physiological transition. It's proof that they're still producing value. And here's a trick I sometimes share with clients here in Oregon. who are about to retire. 6 to 12 months before your planned date, start a retirement rehearsal. Have your paycheck automatically deposited into a separate savings account and live off your projected retirement income instead, maybe from taxable savings or cash flow from investments. It's a test drive. You'll see how your plan holds up, where your budget needs tuning, and what it feels like to manage withdrawals. You might notice your comfort level shift too. When you see the system working before you officially retire, you're likely to feel your confidence in the plan grow. It's a mental warm-up for what's coming, but admittedly, there's still that sense of security in the back of your mind because you are working and earning, and there's just no doing away with that unless you were to do something like take a sabbatical shortly before retirement. Now, let's talk about how to retire with confidence and not feel like you're free-falling when the paycheck stops. Start by structuring your retirement accounts to create predictable income. For example, set aside 1 or 2 years of living expenses in cash or short-term investments. That way you're not pulling from the market when it's down. Next, automate your withdrawals, monthly, bi-weekly, whatever fits your rhythm. It tricks your brain into recognizing a steady pattern again. And finally, revisit your plan often. Seeing your strategy working reinforces trust in it. And let's not forget how emotions and markets mix, usually not very well. When volatility hits, even seasoned investors feel that gut punch. Seeing account values dip can make every withdrawal feel 10 times worse, even if your plan accounts for it. This is what we call withdrawal anxiety, and it's why having a solid income structure matters so much. If you've ever felt uneasy during a downturn, I have a YouTube video and a podcast episode that go deeper into this specific topic. You can find both linked in the transcript. They walk through how to stay calm and stick with your plan when markets get rocky. If you search the transcript, they'll be right next to the word. So the word in the transcript will be Tortuga. Now, let's bring in a few behavioral tools that can make all this feel more manageable. Some people set up purpose accounts. One for travel, one for giving, one for everyday spending. It's a simple trick that makes spending feel intentional instead of impulsive. Others use a small, fun account to enjoy the freedom of retirement without guilt. And if you want to dive deeper into how to source income smartly and stay prepared for market shifts, I covered this in another podcast episode whose link you'll find in the transcript right next to the word potato. I don't think I've used that one. Remember, you didn't work this hard just to sit on the sidelines of your own savings. Retirement is about stewardship, not scarcity. Your goal isn't to die with the most money, it's to live with an increasing sense of purpose and feeling comfort in knowing that your money will last, or should hopefully last you until you're gone. Well, I guess something like going for high score, saving as much as possible until you die could be your goal. But if your goal is to die with the most money, going for high score, Scrooge McDuck sort of vibes, then we probably wouldn't be a good fit as a retirement planning team for you. I know, astonishing. An advisor that doesn't want to just work with clients who never spend their balance. We do exist. So let's take some action on this. First, if you're about to retire, you might try setting up that retirement rehearsal. Practice living off your investments before you actually do it for real. Second, automate your withdrawals once you retire. Make your own reliable paycheck. And third, review your spending patterns every few months and celebrate progress instead of feeling guilt for taking those withdrawals. The goal isn't to preserve every dollar, it's to make every dollar do its job. And every dollar should be working for you. If this helped, subscribe and share it with someone who's about to retire or recently retired. For more conversations about how to retire in Oregon with confidence and clarity, check out the other episodes of The Perfect Retirement Plan. Remember, it's not about having the smartest financial advisor, the most money saved, or the highest probability of retirement success. The perfect retirement plan for you is the one you act on. It's disclosure time. This podcast is intended for educational purposes only, should not be used for any other purposes. The views depicted in this material should not be considered specific advice or recommendations for any individual, are not intended to be financial, tax, or legal advice, and are not representative of Type Wealth Strategy or Cetera Wealth Services, LLC. All examples are hypothetical in nature and for illustrative purposes only. The opinions contained in this material are those of Philip Smith and not a recommendation or solicitation to buy or sell investment products. This information is from sources believed to be reliable, as Cetera Wealth Services, LLC cannot guarantee or represent that it is accurate or complete. For a comprehensive review of your personal situation, always consult with a financial, tax, or legal advisor. Neither Cetera nor any of its representatives may give legal or tax advice. Our office address is 450 Country Club Road, Suite 350, Eugene, Oregon 97401. Securities offered through Cetera Wealth Services, LLC, member FINRA SIPC. Advisory service offered through Cetera Investment Advisors, LLC, registered investment advisors. Cetera is under separate ownership from any other named entity.